Hey, it's Jay Patrick at CMA Fest 2022. Well, this guy, he can pretty much do it all. He's got writing credits with Florida Georgia Line, Morgan Wallen, Chris Lane. He sings, he raps. You've heard his song, Flower Shops, on the radio. Ernest, welcome.
What's going on?
Man, I'm so excited to have you here. I'm just a big fan.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
Have done and what you're doing now. And Flower Shops, a fantastic song.
Thank you.
And the album, we'll get into some of my favorite parts of the album coming up, but I want to talk about CMA Fest.
Yeah.
And what do you got going on this week? Where are you playing? What's going on?
Today is my busy day, running around doing this, and I play at Riverfront at 4:45. And then I got a smaller thing tonight. I can't remember what, Wannabes, I think, at like 8. And then I head out on the road tonight. We head to Minneapolis and got the Eric Church, Morgan, and me playing tomorrow.
Yeah, cool. So a busy weekend.
Busy weekend.
Yeah. Well, most people have a story about how they make it to Nashville. You grew up in Nashville.
Yep, born and raised.
So what was your first CMA Fest experience? Was it fanfare?
First CMA Fest experience. I think it was like sophomore. It was the first year I could drive, so it would have been like sophomore year. And every summer I would come down here and scalp tickets, and with some friends, and we'd go to then I guess it was LP Field and go watch the shows.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So now when it was at the fairgrounds, but actually
right. Yeah, it would have been like 2009, 10, 11.
Yeah. When you think about old Nashville, and this is for like locals of Nashville.
Yeah.
When you think about old Nashville, what do you miss downtown? Is there anything you miss? Do you remember going to?
You know what, dude? The NASCAR Cafe.
Yes.
I used to have my like birthday family dinners there. I thought the NASCAR Cafe was awesome. We'd always go. We'd go there, or like Melting Pot, I guess, is still there, but we'd go get dessert at Melting Pot. It was the Spaghetti Factory.
Yes.
And then the 100 Oaks Mall, the robot that would sing "Don't Break My Heart," my achy breaky heart. That was a good one too. You know,
like in old Nashville, like 20, 25 years ago, we didn't think it was going to get any bigger than the NASCAR Cafe,
right?
Planet Hollywood, and the Hard Rock Cafe.
Yeah.
All right there.
That's right. They're all right there.
Let's talk about Flower Shops.
Okay.
We can start with the song.
Okay.
I love how this song, you talk about George Jones. You were listening to A Good Year for the Roses, and that kind of inspired the writing of this.
Yeah. I was just in a George Jones world listening to a bunch of it, and when I picked Burgess up to go to the right that day, I just got my truck lifted and I pulled up in his yard instead of his driveway. I pulled up right in front of his door, got out, we get in, we're driving to Mark Holman's, listening to the George Jones Essential playlist. Good Year for the Roses came on, and we were both just like, dang, what a cool concept and title. And Burgess was like, man, we should write like A Good Day for Flower Shops. And I was like, yeah. So we immediately just kind of snapped into that character, and the song poured out, and we probably wrote it in 45 minutes, and it took over an hour to do the demo. So it took longer to cut the demo than it took to write it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But once we got to Mark's and kind of presented it, and we started doing the demo, we knew it was special. You can never know, what a song's going to do, but it just felt good.
So when you're putting this album together, do you have a process? Do you have like a creative process that you kind of fall back in, or?
For this one, I had some songs written already that didn't really have a home. I just put them kind of in a box together. And then when Flower Shops got written, it kind of raised its hands like the centerpiece. Is like, all right, I'm going to name this album Flower Shops. And then I wrote some more that would go on there, then sequenced them accordingly to kind of get the storyline of young love, then love lost just about, with a little hope at the end, with Some Other Bar being the last song. And if you listen to it top down, it is a story, and if you listen to it from the back to the front, it hits different too.
My favorite song on the album, If You Were Whiskey.
I love that song,
dude.
Too. Thank you.
I'm telling you, it's like that Requiem at the beginning. It's kind of like that Dorian scale. I'm on a Desiree.
Yeah.
It kind of it takes me back to like the first time I heard "Wicked Game" by Chris Isaac.
Wow.
Yeah, I just love that.
Thank you.
And then put the pedal steel in.
Sure.
There. It's such a great song, man.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm proud of this album. It's an artsy piece, if you will. I don't know. My next album might not be a storyline, so to speak, but this album has definitely set the tone for all the music that's going to follow.
Yeah. It was great to see you at the Opry, making your Opry debut.
Dream
just a
come
few weeks
true.
ago.
Dream come true.
Do you even remember that night?
Yeah, I do, and I'll never forget it. It was just, you know, as a Nashville kid, specifically one that's stood side stage as a young boy and gotten to stand in that circle when I was a kid, and then now, you know, knowing what I know now, how special that is. It wasn't overwhelming, but it was whelming. I was able to keep composed, but I definitely, when I went back out there and sound check and stood in it again, I took a deep breath and was just like, a lot of feet have been in this circle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been going over to the Opry House for years now, and every time I go in there, it's that same kind of...
Yeah, it's spiritual. I feel more spiritual in the Ryman and the Opry House than I probably ever have in my own church.
I get it. I understand that.
For sure.
Well, Ernest, thanks for coming by and just spending a little time with us today.
Thanks for having me.
And I hope you have a great weekend.
You too. Thank you.